Super Bowl 54 in Miami, had the lead in the fourth quarter against Kansas City, but watched it slip away. And how about last year? Lost a fourth quarter lead to the Rams in the NFC title game.
And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader. And that's Brock Purdy.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing here, Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. The deep to return it is Marcus Jones. Fielded just inside the 30. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a man in his 23rd NFL season. Still doing it at age 45, Tom Brady.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. He can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Brady going to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Drake London from 10 yards out. And the Patriots are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know somebody doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You say, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now with Purdy. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slams to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. Here's Jones. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They run for it with Harris. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Sold out there at the end with a dive to pick up the first.
Were you as surprised as I am that they actually ran the ball there?
Yeah, I thought they might throw it.
Me too, but instead, they went old-fashioned, ran the football, and he made that call correct with that dive at the end.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. This pass is caught by London. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude, and I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now, but maybe the better question, CD, what do you...
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown ground.
And the Patriots continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Brady. And that is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And he goes out of bounds finally, but they're already on the edge of the red zone as he returns this to the 20.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris taking it in from the 20. And the Patriots are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Now Folk for the extra point. And it's 21-3. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A 2nd quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Just a carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Brady. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brady slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Running back Damian Harris to the Patriots ready to go on their next drive here. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for New England. 68 yards. offense. We keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating, but his message there, keep waiting.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Brady now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
All start. Offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still third down.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Here's Brady to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Out to his left. Touchdown, Patriots. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Patriots are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
On for the extra point is Folk. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 at the 26-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And some room to run now.
a lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Second and 11 now. Harris running straight ahead.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a play fake. Brady. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They'll go for it. It's Brady.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
There's Purdy on 1st and 10.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Patriots are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
So after the INT, it's Brady.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is caught.
And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England.
Damian Harris,
his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Patriots are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own, or maybe the analytics coach got involved? And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in there on the final play of the first half. And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2, but they do get it. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats for New England in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's gotten them to where they are, 2 quarters away from a possible Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Both teams with some extra time to prepare during this long halftime break, but we're about ready to restart the second half of Super Bowl 57. So let's get back out to Arizona and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where we have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Brady.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Working with a 2nd and 3.
They hand this off to Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Brady now on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10.
On the give, this is Harris. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Harris. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. The 4th touchdown pass in the game for Tom Brady.
And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
So now Brady and the Patriots going for 2. They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Purdy. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Oh, look at this play call. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stopped him a yard shy.
This offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. Yeah, man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for New England. 58 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. This is Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
On 2nd and goal, Brady. Touchdown! 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Patriots add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on it. 6-7.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2. Brady's going to look to throw. And
that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you would... yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt. No.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. He's got a man, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 36 yards on the play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Back to throw, Purdy. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
New England's offense set to go. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. They'll start the drive with Harris. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Back near his goal line, here's Brady. Rolling to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And they work this out past the 25. And quickly, they get to the line. Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run again with Harris. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Now full for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
For the defense, the problem wasn't so much that they let him catch that drag route. It's that they had nobody around him after the catch.
As you well know, when they make the catch, you have to make the tackle on the spot. Those yards after catch are the yards that kill a defense because it keeps drives alive.
On 1st down, Purdy.
And his throw is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Gold able to tack on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. So now Brady and the Patriots going for 2. They're going to run it with Harris. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the 9- and 2-point conversions, but not here. As this time they come up empty. We've discussed this before, and we've seen it in practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
On 1st down, it's Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Purdy with one final shot here. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Pats come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.